morning, everybody. Be ready to go on the record? Okay. Good morning. Today is March 13th, 2025. It's approximately 10 a.m. My name is Christine Burke. I'm a public utility law judge with the Maryland Public Service Commission. We're here today for case number 9505S, which is captioned The Continuing Investigation of the Electric and Purchase Power Cost Adjustment Charges of the Hagerstown Municipal Electric Light Plant. Can I have the appearances of counsel, please, for the company?
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Tom Rudebush, a law firm of Duncan, Weinberg, Genzer, and Pembroke, here on behalf of the Hagerstown Light Department.
Good morning. For the Office of People's Counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Jonah Baskin.
Good morning.
Brock Miller from OPC as well, Your Honor.
Morning. And for staff?
Good morning, Your Honor. Harrison Scher on behalf of staff.
And I don't see staff. Is Ms. Alexander here today to testify?
Not at the moment. It looks like she might have had the time crossed up, unfortunately. Apologize.
Okay. If I do have some questions for her, so if you could reach out.
Yes, let me reach out now.
Thank you. Mr. Rudebush, do you have anything preliminarily that you?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay.
If I could have marked as Exhibit H1, a document that's mail log number 316457. It's a copy of the newspaper notice and the affidavit certifying publication, and I've circulated that to counsel, and I believe they have no objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Any objection to admitting the certificate of publication, the hearing?
No objection from OPC, Your Honor.
No objection from staff.
That'll be marked and entered as Hagerstown Exhibit 1.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And do you have a witness here today?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to call Nathan Freidinger to the stand, please.
You just read.
I do.
Please state your name, spell your first and last name.
My name is Nathan Freidinger, Nathanfridinger.
Mr. Freidinger, could you state your business title and address, please?
Yes, I'm the Deputy Director of Electric Operations for the City of Hagerstown Light Department, located at 425 East Baltimore Street, Hagerstown, Maryland, 21740.
Thank you. Your Honor, I'd like to have marked as Exhibit H2, a 3-page document that's been filed as mail log number 314800.
So marked?
Mr. Freidinger, did you file work papers in this case?
I did.
And is it a 3-page document?
Yes.
And it's labeled, it's got 3 schedules, Schedule HAG2, HAG2A, and HAG2B.
That is correct.
And was that document prepared under your supervision?
It was.
And is that document still accurate today?
It is.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further questions.
Okay. Office of People's Counsel, any questions?
Mr. Freidinger, can you confirm that net metering costs were not initially included in this year's PPCA?
That is correct.
And can you confirm that you intend to include them in next year's?
We intend to.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Staff?
No questions from staff.
I have a few questions. Mr. Freidinger, can you explain or point to some factors that caused the change from the over refund from the last period to the significant swing for under recovery for this period?
Typically, that occurs when we underestimate the kilowatt hour sales.
That was leading to my next question. So were the kilowatt sales for December for going forward, are they going to be adjusted based on the increases that you've seen in customer usage for the last two periods?
We typically use the previous year's, calendar year's kilowatt hour usage as a base for the calculation.
Since that amount has increased over the last 2 years, will you make any adjustments to the estimated kilowatt hours for next period?
I'm sorry, the next period being
Going forward for, well, I mean,
27
it's in
like
this
next year?
calculation,
Right.
but
we can take that into consideration.
I think it was, yeah, there was an increase of 2.4% in 2023 and 3.5% in 2024. So it seems like would you agree it should be reflected in the kilowatt hours?
Yes, perhaps it should.
The PJM annual membership fee that was omitted, can you explain how that was missed in the initial for filing
Just,
last year?
An error from staff was overlooked for that calculation in, I guess it would have been November of '23.
And when you say staff, you mean?
Me.
Okay. What measures will you employ so that doesn't happen again?
We added a line to the purchase power cost adjustment calculation sheet specifically for that membership fee, so that when it does turn up, that line will always be there as a reminder.
The purchase power contract for AEP runs through December of '26. When will Hagerstown begin the procurement process for a new contract?
No, we typically begin searching for a new contract about 18 months prior, so we should start to look into that this coming summer.
Any questions in light of my questions?
Just one, Your Honor. Mr. Feininger, what is the membership fee, the PJM membership fee? What's the volume?
The amount
Yes,
is $5,000.
thank you. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Office of People's Counsel?
We have no further questions, Your Honor.
Staff?
Staff has no questions, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fredinger.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'd like to admit H2 if it hasn't into evidence. If
Any
it has.
objection?
No objection.
No objection.
Okay. Schedule HAG 2B and 2A, 3-page document will be marked and entered as Hagerstown Exhibit 2.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Company have anything further?
I do not, Your Honor.
Office of People's Counsel, do you have any witnesses or exhibits you'd like to present?
We do not, Your Honor.
Staff have witnesses?
Yes, staff has two witnesses. Court's indulgence, we just need a moment to get a copy of Ms. Alexander's testimony. I just need to run downstairs to get it real quick.
Okay. You can go off.
Got everything.
Please.
Yeah. I don't see any big notes in there.
Staff would like to call Tanique Alexander.
Okay.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm under penalties of perjury that the statements made this matter today are the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please state your name, spell your first and last name, and give us your business address.
My name is Tanika Alexander, spelled T-A-N like Nancy, Y-E-K-A. Last name Alexander, A-L-E-X-A-N-D as in dog, E-R. And
Good morning, Ms. Alexander. Do you have before you a document entitled The Direct Testimony of Tanique Alexander, consisting of 12 pages of testimony and 2 exhibits?
Yes.
Have these documents been pre-filed in this case?
yes,
Your Honor, I ask that the direct testimony of Tanique Alexander be marked as Staff Exhibit 1.
So marked?
Were these documents prepared by you or under your supervision?
yes, they were.
Do you have any additions, deletions, or changes that you'd like to make at this time?
No, thank you.
Your Honor, at this time, I ask that Staff Exhibit 1 be moved into evidence.
Is there any objection?
No, Your Honor.
No objection.
Okay. Ms. Alexander's testimony will be marked and entered into the record as Staff's Exhibit 1.
And thank you. The witness is available for cross-examination.
I have none, Your Honor.
Any questions?
We have no questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Alexander, I had a question about the calculation of the PPCA factor. The settlement in case number 9744, which was the Hagerstown rate increase case that occurred this year, did that change how the PPCA factor is calculated, or just the base fuel adjustment factor?
Just the base fuel adjustment factor, but there really there's no change in how the PPCA is calculated.
The base fuel adjustment factor is a component of the PPCA, is that correct?
That is, yes.
Do you know, or can you speak to the reasons that there was a change in how that was calculated?
I believe initially that was issued as a credit, and now it's just going to be entered in as a charge. And no, I don't know the actual basis behind why they wanted to make this change.
With respect to the PJM annual fee that was omitted from last year's filing, when did staff become aware that that fee wasn't included?
Hagerstown let us know that there were 2 missed annual fees, and that they were including both of them towards the PPCA in a month.
So was it 2 that were missed, or was it just the one?
Well, it would
2024?
still be the catch-up for the current year as well as the prior year that was missed.
So it was the prior year that was missed.
Absolutely.
Any questions in light of my questions?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Staff has one more witness. Would like to call Kevin Mosier.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm under penalties of perjury that the statements made in this matter today are the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name, state your name, spell your first name and last name, and give us your business address.
Kevin Mosier, KEVINMOSIER, 6 St. Paul Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21202.
Good morning, Mr. Mosier. Do you have with you a document entitled The Direct Testimony of Kevin Mosier consisting of 2 pages of testimony and 1 exhibit?
Yes,
Have these documents been pre-filed in this case?
they have.
Your Honor, I ask that the direct testimony of Kevin Mosier be marked as Staff Exhibit 2.
So marked.
Were these documents prepared by you or under your supervision?
They were.
Do you have any additions, deletions, or changes that you'd like to make at this time?
I do not.
All right. Your Honor, at this time, I ask that Staff Exhibit 2 be moved into evidence.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Mosier's testimony will be marked and entered as Staff's Exhibit 2.
Thank you, and the witness is available for cross.
Any
No questions, Your Honor.
Any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Mosier, I just had one question regarding page 2 of your testimony, where you make a comparison of Hagerstown monthly kilowatt hour price to Potomac Edison. I'm going to clarify that that comparison is based on when the new contract with AEP started, correct?
Yes.
And so there was a rate case that occurred which made rates effective January 1st. Is that correct? For Hagerstown.
Yes.
Case 9744. So when you averaged the amount that you came up with for Hagerstown right now, it's 0.08427 per kilowatt hour. That average only includes the 1 month of the rate increase that was effective.
Correct.
Is that correct? Okay. Do you think that would significantly change the comparison between Hagerstown's monthly kilowatt hour and Potomac Edison?
It may. I specifically picked that period because I had actual rates for it versus it being a projection.
Okay. And when you say BGE and Potomac Edison, Potomac Electric Power, PEPCO, are meaningfully higher than Potomac Edison's, what do you mean by meaningfully?
I think their rates are probably about 10% higher. So it was enough that I think it's, maybe could have used a better word, but yeah, it's enough to where it kind of matters. That said, they're in different zones. I mean, I picked Potomac Edison because they have generally lower capacity costs. So comparing them to, it's not necessarily a fair comparison to compare anyone in the PE zone versus someone in the BG&E zone because the capacity costs depending on the year are significant enough to where it's a pretty sizable difference.
Okay, any questions in light of my questions?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mosier. Okay. Staff, any more witnesses?
No, no more witnesses,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Well, any other issues that we have to address?
No, Your Honor.
Okay,
No, Your Honor.
None from staff.
all right, thank you. We can go off the record, thank you.